What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode number 217 of the Nonsense Review. Which one of us do you think is going to become a dull boy first, Rick?
A what? A dull boy first?
Yes.
So, what, dull as in the guys that make pineapples?
Dull as in D-U-L-L.
Oh, a dull boy. I thought... Okay, yeah, a dull boy. Who becomes a dull boy first? I think I'm already pretty fucking dull.
Well, given that all you have to do is look at any Newsweek and find out which one of us has done less.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Things I've seen out in the universe is even worse. It's like, like the bad... All I've seen is bad, and I don't want to talk about any of it.
Well then. 217 is the infamous room from The Shining.
Okay.
Or at least... in the book version, because for some reason Stanley Kubrick changed it to room 237 in the movie. Don't know why, couldn't find out.
Yeah, apparently 20 more is better.
Yeah, but like Stanley Kubrick is infamous for being quite meticulous about everything when it comes to filming his movies. Like, I think the famous line is that every single frame is a painting. So there must be a reason for it, but I only did a very little dive, I will admit. I could have probably tried harder, but yeah, no reason was given.
Yeah, strange.
The only thing I can think of is 237 sounds better than 217, but
Room 217.
But yes, I'm your host as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
Today we are continuing our Space Month 2025. That's right, we have given up on trying to come up with witty names. Today we are doing another space cartoon. We're doing Loonatics Unleashed.
Yeah, this is one that very definitely is kind of spacey because, you know, if you ever saw an ad for it, which I did, you could see that it was kind of spacey. If you ever watched the show, which I didn't, you'd probably be able to give more insight on this.
This is a very fun one, Rick, because if you listened to last week's episode, you'd have heard Rick say that we looked at a list of pretty much cartoons that are firmly in the category of space. Some of them are a bit loosey-goosey, some of them less so. Last week we did Skeleton Warriors, and I said, we can do Skeleton Warriors, it's not good. And then then I saw the word lunatics, and I went, oh god, that was awful. And Rick said, we can do it if you want. And I went, that is a mistake. And yeah, here we are.
Yeah, it's one of those that it looked like an interesting concept from the ads, and even back in the day, it didn't get good reviews.
No, in fact, are you ready for some background information?
Let's go.
Alrighty, originally releasing on the 17th of September 2005, I never personally watched more than bits and pieces when it first aired. No wonder. It is officially a quote-unquote gritty reboot of Looney Tunes of all fucking things, and fans of the classic cartoon were not fond of this, as you can probably tell, because it ran for a total of 26 episodes across 2 seasons.
Okay, well, it's interesting that it got 2 seasons.
I feel like this was like an executive's baby.
Yeah, or pre-greenlit.
Very possible. But like it went really weird because the second season came out in 2007, so there was a big gap, which implies that they had to animate a second season. They didn't do them both at the same time.
Yeah, weird.
Important to note, the characters here are firmly established that they're not the beloved classics. They're actually descendants of the characters, like Bugs Bunny and Wile E. Coyote. It's their like great times whatever grandchildren. So it's probably one of the only things where I'm willing to throw it a bone, because at least it's not destroying anything. It's just, we want to try this new thing. It didn't work. Fine, whatever. How it got a second season is baffling.
Yeah, the fact that it's not meant to be the characters is kind of it's freeing.
Yeah.
And kind of like a kind of bit of a saving grace, because like you say, it's not actually worrying. It's not there to
take over.
Yeah. It's not meant to replace the Bugs, the Daffy, the Lola, the Porky that you love.
Yeah.
It's there to inherit rather than replace.
I don't think it was ever intended to be like an inherit. Well, yeah, as you say, it's not an inheritor. It's here's something different, and yeah, everyone went, it stinks. Case in point, I looked through the reviews of every single episode, the aggregated scores, and nothing got higher. Not a single episode got higher than 20% approval. That's bad.
Sure.
I don't know how it got a second season. I really don't.
Yeah.
Maybe the toys sold well. There must have been a toy tie-in with the designs the way they were. Bit of a silver lining is the Warner Brothers animation team isn't opposed to poking fun at themselves, because nowadays they like to throw light-hearted jabs at the Loonatics. I found 2 examples which were quite funny. The first one of all things is from Teen Titans Go, which also is a terrible cartoon, where Trigon for some reason has bought the rights to the Loonatics and attempts to make them even more extreme and edgy by destroying their world with a second meteor.
Oh boy.
Spoiler for the first 5 seconds of the first episode. That's kind of the plot of the show.
Yeah, okay.
The other example was in the Animaniacs reboot, which granted is its own special beast that can poke fun at whatever the fuck it wants. There's a scene where Doc goes, and we don't even know what these things are, and it just points at the Loonatics.
Man, I remember Animaniacs towards the end of its first run was starting to flail because they'd spun out Pinky and the Brain to be in its own thing. So when you lose Pinky and the Brain, which I don't think is even arguable, it's most people's favourite part of Animaniacs, you're in trouble.
No, I don't think it's I think it's the favourite part of the Animaniacs that aren't the Animaniacs.
Yeah, alright, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Does that make sense when I say that?
Yeah. It's the favourite B-plot of Animaniacs, as it were.
I kind of like the pigeons.
Yeah. I like Slappy Squirrel as well.
Everyone likes Slappy Squirrel, because if she was a human, she'd be the best. But anyway, I digress. Amusing note, the initial designs for the characters were so awful, they had to change them. Kickstarted by all things, an 11-year-old started a petition. And the original designs, they don't actually look too different from the designs that they ultimately went with. They just looked a bit gnarlier, and I think that's a good way of describing them.
Sure, so they look like a kid looked at the Looney Tunes, looked at Batman, and tried to combine the two.
No, I'm using the other term of gnarly in that it scared children.
Oh, alright.
Now I'm worried that is not how you use the word, because I know gnarly has been like colloquially like, oh, that's gnarly. Yeah, the word I used, man, like for like surfers and shit, but I always thought gnarly was like, anyway, whatever. Another note as well is every single member of the main team had to have a name change for various reasons.
Okay.
So Bugs Bunny's descendant had to have his name changed to Ace instead of, I think they were going for Buzz, because Sod's Law...
Buzz Lightyear, yeah.
No, not Buzz Lightyear. He would have been Buzz Bunny.
Buzz Bunny, yeah.
But apparently there was a copyright for Buzz Bunny in Amsterdam.
Okay.
And the other one that's probably more obvious why they had to change the name, because it means something in the UK, whereas it doesn't so much in the States. They were going to name the new Taz Spaz.
Oh, yeah, you can't say that in Britain.
No. But in other countries, it doesn't mean anything. Here, it's a derogatory term towards the mentally challenged. Although no one actually uses it that way. Do you know what I mean?
Not as long as I've been alive, although it's still in living enough memory that I know about it.
Yeah, of course. Like, you used to get told off for it in the playground, but no one ever took it seriously. It wasn't like saying fuck where you'd get detention or something.
Yeah, like you also get told off for saying bloody back in the day, so there is that.
No, you did, because you went to a private school.
It was in the north where people took swearing a lot more seriously in the north.
Oh, right. Bloody's not a swear word, mate.
I know, right? So the idea was it was bloody hell. And I think the idea was they didn't want people talking about hell, because that was only for the priests to do.
Sure. Last note I've got is the voice actors are all veterans, although the core voice cast aren't really people in my sphere of knowledge, but they've got plenty of guest appearances from familiar names like Phil Lamar and Billy West. If you don't know those, watch more cartoons.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah. Absolutely. Just absolutely. Like I remember a time in my life when I didn't know who Billy West was, and then I read into it and I'm like, oh yes, actually I do know who Billy West was. I just never paid attention.
And there's also some big names outside of voice actors that had cameos, like Michael Clark Duncan.
Okay.
Do you not know that name?
Top of my head, no.
Okay. If anything before his death that it required a big scary black man, he would play.
Okay.
I believe he played Kingpin in what's in Ben Affleck's Daredevil.
Oh, the actual okay, so he did that. Yeah, he did that in live action. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like, he was more of a live action actor, which is why I'm bringing him up as more, not a voice actor. And for some reason, Serena Williams, the tennis player.
Weird.
Yeah, right. Like, an actor, I can understand. A tennis star? And apparently they didn't even voice themselves as, like, a cameo as, like, the great-great-granddaughter of Serena Williams. They just played a character. Why are you getting non-acting celebrities not playing themselves? That's so weird.
Yeah, like, okay, so The Simpsons used to do that, and that's what I enjoyed about early Simpsons, that you can really obviously see as a different direction to more modern Simpsons. When Danny DeVito came into The Simpsons, it was to be Unky Herb, not to be Danny DeVito. Looking at you, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga! That's one of my favourite fucking clips. Oh my god. I still haven't watched Ellie Harley Quinn, but I've seen some clips that make me go, boy, they had fun with this show.
Yeah, like I think I showed you like the opening scene, and I'm like, oh man, look at the Tory manifesto.
I don't think you showed me the opening scene, no, but I independently watched just a bunch of random clips on YouTube. It's just, it comes up and I'm like, the animation is nice. I've seen the scene where Harley Quinn gives a random goon cancer.
Yeah.
And like, it's, considering the joke is dark as all fuck, it's still very funny.
Yeah, the opening scene is, my fellow whites, I stand before you in front of this pile of money that we made with our favourite pastime, fucking the poor. And that's pretty much, it sets the tone for the entire show.
Sure. But yeah, that does it for Loonatics. For those of you unfamiliar with the show and how this works, what we like to do before we jump into the reaction and review itself is talk about our weeks and the goings-on in the wide universe. So with that in mind, Rick, how's your week been, buddy?
Well, it's been dominated by my guests. They came on Monday and went home yesterday. One of them is one of my players, and the other one was her husband. So we did the standard tourist things. Went up to the castle, went to the armories, had a curry, and we even tried to catch a sunset over the Cow and Calf rocks, but we missed that by a little while because we spent too much time at the steam trains.
Yeah, all of Rick's friends are autistic as fuck. That's just something you have to deal with. For those of you who don't know, I'm entirely making fun. It's not meant to be offensive. Take a stick out your ass. I was going to say, I didn't realise that this person was one of your players. Is this the Swamp Goblin?
Yes, this is Swamp Gremlin.
Gotcha.
Yeah. She's one of my players. While I am the DM, and she plays a necromantic snake lady.
Sure.
But yes, we had a decent amount of fun. My folks were impressed with them speaking English, and I'm like, in Germany, they get raised with English as a second language in school. It's not as impressive to them, but I always really appreciate it, and it just made me think of all the German that I knew from back in the day, and oh mein Arsch became the statement of the statement of the day.
Fair enough.
And that's pretty much the main thing that
Can we just
during
loop
the
back
week.
ever so slightly? Because I'm like, your parents are impressed they speak English so well, and it's like, but you know them.
Yeah.
Like, how would you be able to talk to them if they didn't speak English? Because you sure as shit don't speak any other language.
Well, I speak tourist levels of other languages.
That's not speaking a language.
Yeah.
Saying tourist level means I know bonjour and au revoir, and I got them the wrong way around for 10 years because I learned it from Del Boy.
Mange too. Yeah. When you have a couple and you know one of them, you can never rely on the other to be at the same level. And yeah, the other guy was he was less confident in his English, but I don't think he ever took a step wrong with what he was able to communicate. So yeah, great on both of them. But yes, the only thing I've seen out in the world that I want to actually talk about, because it's been a bit of a shit show this week out in the Wild Wide World, is that apparently Destiny 2 is getting a Star Wars themed expansion.
Yeah, I saw this very briefly because I didn't click it because I don't care about Destiny 2. But it wasn't that long ago where they just had a light crossover with Star Wars. It's very weird that they've decided, yeah, we're going to do a full expansion. Again, I didn't click on the article. I just sort of looked at the discussion around it to get the general vibe of the community. And most of the community are angry. Yeah. And the part of the community that isn't angry is, oh my god, will you fucks learn to read?
Yeah. We don't know the exact extent of how Star Warsy it's going to be. The trailer that they put out has the Imperial alarm at the beginning. someone has a pistol that looks like Han Solo's DL-44.
Yeah, Luger.
And at the end they show the standard Destiny trio of like a Titan Warlock and a Hunter, and the Warlock puts on a green lightsaber.
Well, it's one of those where like Destiny is effectively a free-to-play game nowadays, so they need people to buy the expansions to make them big money bucks. And there's nothing more big money in any media for a crossover than Star Wars, really.
Yeah,
they're not going to get they're not going to get a Pokemon deal.
Yeah, they're not getting Pokemon. They're not getting Marvel. And
I'd argue that Star Wars is more popular than Marvel when it comes to video games.
Yeah. Out of those three, Disney owns two of them.
They would love to own Pokemon because it's the most profitable. Look it up, guys. It's actually the most profitable fucking franchise in the world, and
yes,
it's all
so far of all time.
And it's all for yeah. As if Nintendo needs more shit that's theirs.
Yeah, it's almost all from merchandising.
Oh yeah.
Hardly any of it is from the games themselves.
Yeah, but even the games just print money.
Yeah, the games print money because people will buy them even if they're bad. But yes, when you got 1,025 marketable industry plant creatures, of which even the least loved is someone's favourite, yeah, you're onto a winner. Fuck you, Bronzong. But yes, that's it for me and my otherwise uneventful week that was very eventful for a very short amount of time. How about you? How have you been? What have you seen?
I mean, the one thing that I have seen, which I don't think I can talk about because you haven't seen it yet, was the Thunderbolts.
Okay, so I have seen the meta spoiler about this.
Well, I also saw the meta spoiler about this before going in, and I went, I don't even care, that's cool. Everyone and their mother has been part of that team.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So,
meta spoiler for folks coming up. Rick, what's the meta spoiler you read?
The meta spoiler that I read is that Thunderbolts asterisk, with the gag being that it's a working title and nobody in the team actually wants to go with it, is that they've had the actors going to New York and ripping off the middle of the poster to reveal the real title, The New Avengers.
Yeah, that's not the real title though.
Yeah, the real title is Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
But yeah, the meta thing is that they're ripping off the title to call it The New Avengers.
Yeah, there's two post-credit scenes. One is funny, haha, very good gag. The second one is, oh, that's why I have to see that movie.
Yeah, a setup, a good old setup post-credit scene.
Yeah, there's a film coming out soon where I'm like, nothing of consequence is going to happen in that movie. And the post-credit scene of this film goes, something of consequence is going to happen in that movie. Which, stay until the very last minute. And it's a long scene too. It was like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I won't spoil anything. It's a very fun movie. I did hear on the radio during advertising that critics are saying that it's the best Marvel film since Endgame. I'm inclined to agree with that statement, with the big old asterisk of I still preferred Wolverine and Deadpool, but that's not fucking fair.
Yeah. So Deadpool and Wolverine, I guess it was more of an X-Men movie / Deadpool movie in how it was handled, and it just so happens to be that they were Disney were respecting Deadpool's ability to take the piss out of Disney.
If that's how you want to go with it, I just thought it was a fun movie.
It was great.
One of the big problems that the MCU has had is, one, superhero burnout. Like, superhero films have been coming out consistently, plus the TV shows. I just kind of don't care to watch all of it. I didn't watch the new Captain America film. Didn't fucking matter.
Yeah, no, it didn't. Yeah, because it was kind of self-contained. Bucky shows up in it, and he's like, "Yeah, you do your thing. I'm setting up for doing something else. Bye."
Yeah, Bucky gets to be Cap.
Yeah.
Like, not actually. He doesn't get the shield. He doesn't call himself Captain America, but he acts like fucking Captain America, and that's how Bucky should be at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, for a while, he literally was the Captain America for a while Captain America was dead.
No.
Well, in the comics, Bucky Cap was a thing.
Oh, well, okay, I'm talking about MCU. Comics don't mean shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
You got to bear in mind, I've felt bad for Sebastian Stan since hearing in Endgame, at the end of Endgame, where he was told, he went to the people making the film, whether it was the director or the producer, and he said, yeah, Bucky wouldn't act this way, he'd act this way, and the director and or producer, forget which one, just went, just do what you're paid for, read my lines.
Oh, man, man, yeah, that sucks.
Well, it does, because if you've been playing a character for fucking 7 years...
Yeah, you don't want to just leave them in the dust when there's no other reason to do so.
Well, it's not even leaving them in the dust. It's like, the character wouldn't do this. It's like Mark Hamill with Luke and saying, that's not my Luke Skywalker for the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, I get you.
There are some directors who have got their heads so far up their arse they don't want to hear anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll talk about Thunderbolts more once Rick has seen it, because Rick will see it.
Oh yes. If my guests weren't around for the unexpected second day, I would have seen it last night.
Sure. You ready for some news?
Yeah, let's go.
A big old happy 99th birthday to David Attenborough.
Oh, yeah, sweet. Hello. Good, happy birthday.
Day of recording, 8th of May, is officially his birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, David Attenborough's 99. Good for him.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Rick, but my heart always has a little shake every single time I see a picture of David Attenborough crop up on Reddit.
Oh, yeah. He when you get to a certain age, some people are, they just give you a dread quake when they show up.
I mean, I was looking it up, like, Richard Attenborough made it to 90.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he was that old.
Yeah.
So, just long-lived gentlemen in general, I suppose. David Attenborough is officially a national treasure. If you've seen a nature documentary with a fancy British man narrating over it, chances are it was David Attenborough.
Yeah, like his voice, his timbre, and his style is so mimetic that it's very easy for me to do his voice when I want to evoke a knowledgeable and kindly kind of guy.
Go on then.
And here we see a General Tier 2 Magic the Gathering deck. The commander is terrible, but the card synergy is a chef's kiss.
I hate to break it to you, but it sounds more like Stewie Griffin.
No, that's going to be like this. It's basically
That's Mr. Burns. That's not Stewie. That's not... fucking... No, this is more of a Stewie Griffin. Does Mr. Burns.
Yes, Mr. Burns is this one.
But yeah, David Attenborough, glad he's still kicking. I don't know how many more documentaries got into him, because he's moved into... It's been a while since he's done a documentary with him actually going out and doing the things. He more or less just does the voice work now.
Yeah, sure, fair enough.
I take it you've not seen one in a documentary in a while from him.
Nope.
Fair enough.
In as many words, I tend not to, set time aside to watch documentaries and stuff. When I do watch them, it's because I've sat down in the lounge, I have nothing to do, and I've just been channel hopping, and oh man, look at this. It's they're following the story of a tapir. Let's see what this tapir is going to do. Ooh, the tapirs will have to wait their turn.
In other news,
let's go.
A conservation group has secured funding in order to attempt to reintroduce elk to the UK. Another in a growing list of reintroduction programs, because I believe they recently attempted to reintroduce the beaver to Scotland.
Yeah, fair enough. I think you're on the train of why the hell would you do this? Stop it.
No, actually. Why would I be on that train?
Because you're on the let the pandas die train.
Yeah, let the pandas die because they're trying to die. Bring the elk in because they help with land management. Pandas are a waste of space. They don't do anything.
Sure. But I thought your stance was less about the pandas themselves and more about
No, it's about
humans.
the pandas. They're useless.
Yeah, and humans like propping them up with additional resources that could be used for something else, anything else that could be more useful.
The reason why pandas live is because they're cute.
Yeah.
That is all they bet. It's all they contribute to anything. They eat bamboo when their digestive system is meant for a meat-based diet. They're fucking worthless.
And they can't eat meat anymore because their meat digestive system has been mutated so much.
Red pandas aren't far fucking behind.
Yeah.
I remember a story
aren't they
once...
like a completely different taxonomy as well? Like they're not even pandas.
They're not related to pandas. They're not bears. They're more
Yeah.
they're like weird fuck-off raccoons, but useless ones. Where, like, I remember hearing a story of some dude who went to a zoo with it was either his girlfriend or his wife, his significant other, and they were allowed to hold a red panda. Don't know why, didn't really care. And
Sure.
they did this, and it's like, yeah, so in the wild, what red pandas will do is they'll just sort of fall over and cower. They're kind of useless, and the zookeeper just went, yeah, it's very good. It's very good for these animals that humans exist.
That's a damning thing to say from a zookeeper.
It was something like, how do these creatures exist in the wild? And it's like, they don't really.
Not no more.
Yeah, no, elk is great. They're gonna. The only concern is, like, for those of you who don't know what an elk is, think moose, but not quite as steroidy. The only concern is, like, elk are a big animal. I don't know how British people will deal with encountering a wild elk. So hopefully, the beginning of the introduction is in a place where that is unlikely to occur.
Yeah, we already get a little bit freaked out by deer.
I don't think we get freaked out. I think people are just like, oh, deer, and forgetting that their horns can do things. And by horns, I mean antlers.
And also, forgetting that they exist for like 999 days out of 1,000 of your life, and then one of them just suddenly jumps up onto the road, and you have to deal with it very quickly, or your car's gone.
Rick, I live near Bushy Park. It's not a thing for me. I know deer exist.
Yeah, fair enough.
I get it. You're in the north. You're more about sheep, but down here we don't really have farms.
We have had deer in the garden.
There's a deer in the garden?
Yeah, just jumped over, walked around, didn't fancy eating any of the flowers, jumped over the next wall and fucked off.
I mean, quite frankly, they're a prey animal. You're lucky it didn't have a heart attack.
Yeah.
In other news, despite being pushed back, GTA 6 got a brand new trailer.
Yeah, so now it's back to 2026 now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like May. It's like halfway through 2026.
Yeah, it's like now 2026.
Yeah, it's literally a year away. Which isn't new for Rockstar, by the way. I think people forget that Red Dead Redemption 2 both had crunch and got pushed back like twice.
Yeah.
Don't be so enthusiastic.
I mean, no, it's less enthusiasm and more agreeing with your fact that you're giving me.
Right, fair enough, I guess. But yeah, the trailer looks good. It seems to confirm that, yes, we'll be playing as the main couple. It's going to be very weird going down from 3 characters to 2, but at the same time, it was quite weird going from 1 character to 3, so whatever, people will adjust. I should probably mention as well, like, first playable main character woman in potentially a Rockstar game, but definitely GTA.
Yeah, that might actually be correct, yeah.
I'm trying to think. I can't think of any Rockstar games where you play as a woman protagonist, but GTA, Grand Theft Auto, you certainly never have had one.
Yeah, no.
Like Red Dead was John Marston and Arthur Morgan. Bully was, I can't remember his name, but he was the bald boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm struggling. Anyway, the game looks good. I don't know how much of what they showed was, it didn't look like they showed any gameplay. It looked like it was all pre-rendered stuff, but it looks great. Boy, in this trailer, did they like zooming in on the lady's arse?
Oh, yes. I think that's a little less objectifying than, oh, hey, tits.
Oh, it's fine. Dude,
only by a small amount.
The guy was topless and they kept zooming in on his abs. It was totally 50-50, but I noticed the arse a bit more.
Yeah, fair enough.
It is what it is. It's fine. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I really do like Grand Theft Auto games. Someone put the idea in my head, and I hope they go with it, but with a slightly happier ending, where they just said Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay.
Like, if that's what the story is, then it's going to be great, because that story is a fascinating story.
Yeah, a modern day transplant of Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah, that, like you say, I can see that working.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's been done in a video game yet either.
No.
Probably because that ending is so depressing, but it's also so iconic to the story. Alrighty, another trailer news. We got a teaser for the Series 3 and final series of Squid Game.
Okay.
Yes, so it's coming out on June the 27th, 2 days before my birthday. Yay. This trailer is very interesting because on one hand, it gives us clues to certain beats that we're definitely going to get. Like I know you haven't watched Season 2, but there's a competitor in the Squid Games that's pregnant.
Okay.
We hear a baby crying during the teaser, so she's almost certainly going to give birth at some point.
Sure. Okay.
So there's that. They show off hints as to what the games might be. They show that they randomly generate 2 teams for one of the games, and a mother and son combo have been put on 2 different teams. It's...
Okay, so one of them... Yeah, so this is going to be a to the death thing.
Well, you've watched Squid Game Season 1, Rick.
Yeah. Well, sometimes in teams like that, it's not all of the people on the opposite team have to die. But yes, quite often they do.
It's if the team loses, they die, and if there's only 2 teams,
sure, those who lose are eliminated.
Yeah. From the trailer, I still don't know how this has a happy ending. It might not have a happy ending. I just want it to have a happy ending.
Yeah. Put all of the executives into the games.
No, that kind of defeats the point.
Fuck them.
No, that literally defeats the point.
Okay.
Anyway, I get it. You're not as invested. You've watched 1 episode. It's fine.
This is true.
Last but not least, this is not a wrestling podcast.
What's happened?
After their biggest and most profitable show of the year, WrestleMania, WWE immediately fires a bunch of staff for money.
Jeez.
This is not unique to the WWE. Almost every company fires people to make more money. It's just an extra kick in the teeth for two reasons. One, as I said, they just had WrestleMania, their biggest payday of the year. They are so in the black, or white, whatever you want to word it as.
Yeah, they're very definitely not hurting for money at this very second.
Yeah. Number two, there was an interview not too long ago with, I can't remember the chap's first name. He's one of the chief directive officers of WWE Entertainment, where he said, we don't hire talent and just bench them, which one is a fucking lie, and two, a bunch of talent that they've had benched have just been fired.
Yep.
The only person being let go, where I understand why he's been let go, is Braun Strowman, because appreciate that's just a name to you, and that's fine. The important bit is, like, he's always been paid a large amount of money for no real reason.
Yeah, I only know the guy because when I was taking care of a kid one time, he made a character that used his name in, I think he used his name for the Berserker in Borderlands 2.
Fine, makes sense. Like, if you know, all you need to know about Braun Strowman is he's like 7 foot tall, and he used to be a fucking, I think he used to be a strongman.
Yeah.
He was either a strongman or a bodybuilder, but he hasn't got quite the roid body of a bodybuilder, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he looks like a manual bodybuilder, as it were, rather than the modern roid meta.
Well, he's not slimmed down. He looks like a normally proportioned muscular dude. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Like, he's hench and strong as fuck, but like he's never been able to justify his price tag.
Sure.
It's very unlikely that he'll go anywhere other than WWE, because WWE is the only person who can afford him. He doesn't want to be paid any less money for doing the same work, which I respect, but he's not worth the price tag.
Yeah. Well, a little bit on topic. I just looked him up, and he does look a little bit like the Russian Captain America that's Black Widow's dad, or whatever.
Yeah, Red Guardian.
Yeah, Red Guardian. He looks a bit like him.
I think Red Guardian's a bit more gutty, but I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does it for the news. Rick, for the sake of those listening along, and for me, what are we doing today?
We're watching The Loonatics. We're watching Season 1, Episode 1, Loonatics on Ice. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Oh, cool. Produced by Ron Myrick.
Yep, I know not who that man is.
No, neither do I, but we know who to blame for getting Season 2.
So 106 Fahrenheit is very hot.
Yeah, that's got to be like over 40, right?
Yeah.
So as you can see, Rick, the world is fucked.
Yeah, like even the regular citizens have got those like stupid sci-fi adornments on them, like a dealy bopper.
Well, I think it's like a necessity if it's like 106 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Well, look on the bright side. You're not hot no more.
Yeah, and you'd have to pay no rent no more if everyone's dead.
Okay.
Hey, it's Wacko.
You right? Okay, he can just do that. So another thing that I saw these guys compared to was like the Looney Tunes guys tried to do a Ninja Turtles ripoff.
I get you.
I've got to be honest with you, Daffy's mostly unchanged.
Yeah, Daffy's the most pro-Daffy one. Oh, so she's the Psychic Powers one. And here we have not Spaz.
Yeah, he's called Slam. No, it's the Master Computer.
Oh, yeah. Light Hope.
Now, Night Hope was secretly a villain, and that is definitely not what this person is.
Oh, yes. Why is there... Yeah, their house looks so evil.
I think they were trying to go for like the Justice League's watchtower, but they didn't want it to be fully in space for some reason.
Yeah. And like they saw Teen Titans Tower.
Well, again,
they want to do that.
They had, this would have been coming out at a similar time as the original Teen Titans cartoon.
Sure.
Quantum Quack. Look at these fucking anime move names.
The Thunder Mode. Rev Runner.
Yeah, he's the Flash. Dude, what I'm getting is I'm getting the vibes from like the Coon and Friends. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like there was nothing happening on the cartoon and he didn't respond, so I wasn't sure if you heard me.
Yeah, sorry, I got interrupted.
By a guest?
No, my dad just popped in because apparently the Do Not Disturb sign is a...
Yeah, you got interrupted by a guest. I said by a guest, and then you went, no, my dad. And it's like, oh, okay, fuck it.
Iceberg.
I think it makes perfect sense that the Wile E. Coyote type character is the tech expert.
Yeah, I get you. And it's kind of weird that he's like on the hero team to a degree, but...
He's right there with the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Also, interesting to note that the not Lola Bunny is a descendant of Lola. The not Bugs Bunny is a descendant of Bugs, which means in this timeline, those two weren't a couple.
Yeah. Either that, or they were, and they're very, very far removed.
Crush some ice sounds like a euphemism for doing cocaine.
It does.
God damn, that is such a voice, isn't it? Like, he does that voice in everything.
He does, doesn't he?
He did that voice in Final Fantasy X too, which would have been like a year before this came out.
Oh man, actually, yeah.
Sorry, not to shit on the voice work. It's fine. It works for that type of character, but fuck. Do you think this was anyone's furry awakening? Because with these designs, I don't think it could be possible.
Yeah, I don't think it would be. That said, the backpacks and stuff do look like interesting toys to have.
No, you can make a toy line out of this quite easily.
Quacking is a superpower.
We're going to gloss over glorified Zamboni.
Oh, yeah.
Don't pick a fight with Mother Nature, she'll win. Okay, what's this stupid villain going to look like?
A prawn. A dragon.
It's King Ghidorah's special needs cousin.
It's a building.
Oh, it's a rival team. You just start hearing da 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 in the background.
Skeleton warriors.
Why do you want it? It's clearly shit.
Yeah, it's very definitely inhabitable.
That sounds like The Martian. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Is that going to be the big joke and reveal?
that it's literally just Marvin the Martian.
Yeah. I'm the leader of the crew, so I have to have a katana. It's not even a katana, it's just it's a sword, but it's not a long sword and it's not a katana. What the fuck is it?
Yeah, it's just a cleaver. A techno cleaver, indeed.
Having fire powers against a nice space villain is pretty useful.
Yeah. Because then it's literally who's the more powerful, because they're pretty much perfect counters to each other.
To be fair, it's cheating when you add another 5 beams in on your side.
It is a little bit, yeah. And none of them slip on the ice.
Well, they're robots, it's fine.
Yeah, but it's Looney Tunes.
It's not though, Rick.
Okay. It's Looney Tunes adjacent. I'm not trapped.
You're the only one with teleport powers, you dick. I will admit, the guy's doing a pretty good Bugs voice.
Yeah, a pretty good Bugs voice to not be Bugs.
Yeah. You can hear Bugs in there, but he's not just doing a Bugs Bunny impression.
Yeah, a darker and edgier Bugs.
Okay. They're just straight up calling them Vikings. Okay.
Space Vikings.
Mutant Techno Vikings.
Dead.
Why are they smoking after being hit by ice?
I think it's because the projector was destroyed.
Okay. Oh no, the Dragon Zord's evil and pissed. God, the Dragon Zord's so cool.
Yeah.
Why can't we be watching a 10-minute long compilation of the Dragon Zord being cool?
Yeah. It looks more like Mecha Lapras.
Sure. It's so heated.
Yeah, Daffy's never allowed to be cool. Poor guy.
No, it's written into his contract. Oh, they're the biker mice from Mars now!
Yes.
We need to do that month of fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ripoffs.
Yeah, well, there's 2 types of biker mice from Mars as well, because they did a reboot where Lawrence Limburger is basically not important anymore.
No, the original one that was actually good.
Yep.
Wow, it wasn't good, but it was good to me. I had biker mice toys. Biker mice were cooler than the Ninja Turtles in my house.
Yes. Yeah, I think biker mice were very definitely some furry awakenings for a non-zero number of people, especially those that like furry men.
Oh yeah, no, gay as fuck, that show.
Yeah. Yeah, it made He-Man look heteronormative.
Alright, it's not that bad. Man, there's this action-packed scene going on in front of us, and I just caught myself looking at the wall. How do you make an action scene boring?
Well, I think we're seeing exactly how you make the action scene boring by not showing any action, showing a vague small amount of movement, and trying to make the music sound interesting.
Action Man adverts from the 80s. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, I get you. Like, not even the thing that you're watching, just the garbage that comes on in between the show that you're trying to watch as an advert.
Well, I'm not watching a cartoon right now, Rick. I'm watching a look, buy these toys.
That they probably didn't even make.
They had to have action figures for the Loonatics, but I doubt they'd have like all these extras.
Yeah.
Like this is more or less a villain of the week show. So you know they're not making toys of the cool villain things.
Which is a shame, because the cool villain thing is actually cool.
Yeah, who needs a fucking fancy launch mechanism when you just got a buff dude on your team? I'm sure there's someone who wanted to fuck that rabbit.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's a Lola bunny, so...
No, I was talking about Ace. Because they keep
okay.
They keep zooming in on his incredibly fluffy face. Okay. That's just a thing he can do, I guess.
Yeah, a bit of a weird thing to be able to just, like, do out of nowhere, but oh well.
It is a bit like, how thick are these characters? Like, they needed their tech expert to say, actually, if they target the power's energy, the city's energy source, we'll be in big trouble. Like, no one else could work that out, really?
If they turn things off, then things get turned off.
What are you, fucking Mr. Freeze from that bad movie?
Apparently. Nice to see you.
I don't believe he says that, but he does go, what killed the dinosaurs?
The Ice Age.
It feels really bad pointing out that Mr. Freeze and Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze are terrible, but like, that entire film is bad.
Oh yeah, the movie's bad, but at least Mr. Freeze is fun.
The whole movie's that level of camp.
Yeah, true.
He said the line.
Yeah, well, he almost said the line.
God, they really are just knockoff X-Men, aren't they? He's even got Cyclops' eye beams.
Yeah. Of all things to copy from X-Men.
And she's psychic, so she's meant to be Jean Grey.
Yeah, she's Jean Grey.
And this team doesn't have a Wolverine.
Not well. I don't know. Maybe Taz is more Wolverine.
No, because Taz can't talk.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I'm sorry, you can reprogram foreign robots from a different dimension while in the middle of a fight. That's bullshit, sir.
It is, but if they had more time to explain it, they'd probably reveal that he's been working on this countermeasure since the very first moment they encountered them.
Yeah, except they can't have been because they've been constantly fighting.
Oh, yeah.
I get it, he's the tech expert, so he can just do bullshit because it's a cartoon that don't think. But still, that's a fucking godlike power.
It is. For this episode, definitely.
Right in the balls. Oh, he's using his feet. That means he's Deku.
Young boy found new set of limbs to break. They were here this whole time.
I do remember reading once that another reason why Deku does all that jumping around like a crazy person is because the mangaka really likes Mega Man.
Yeah.
I think I'm using the term mangaka correctly.
I know what you mean. I think it would normally be mangaka, but yeah.
Oh, so right word, wrong pronunciation.
Yeah. I understand.
Oh, you're dead. Cool.
Oh yeah, he's melted into poodle.
That was a very Wile E. Coyote joke, though. To be fair,
it is. Yeah.
Oh, he's better now. Really, you can't just slice it like a normal dude. Really. Also, this dickhead always buying only one pizza when there's 5 of them.
Okay, that's why he needed the gadget, because it's a dual action gadget.
She's a Super Saiyan.
Hmm.
How can you say it with a straight face? How can you say it with a straight face, lady?
The mutants Techno-Vikings have been destroyed.
Yeah. Hey, Daffy did help in the final fight.
Yeah, he threw lava and everything.
Is he really calling her back? Duck Dodgers is way better than this loser.
Yeah. There we go. Danger Duck. Danger Duck's fine.
Yeah, sure. He totally didn't steal the name from a mouse. Thank you, Rick. It didn't deserve it, but I'm glad it got it. Thomas Jace Jones, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. That's not fair. Oh no, they might not be around anymore. Yeah, okay. I'm going to be very harsh on this. And I don't think anyone will blame me.
Yeah, so Slam was Kevin Michael Richardson, which, is a bit of a waste of a good voice actor.
Dude, like I said, they've got a bunch of guests with big names. I believe, I've forgotten his name. The clones.
Oh, yeah.
Baker? David B? What's his name?
Keith...
Bradley?
Keith Baker, Troy Baker. Oh, D. Bradley Baker, yeah.
There you go, him. Like, he's got a guest spot for, 4 episodes. I think he plays Porky Pig.
Yeah, well, Kevin Michael Richardson was also Tech, so...
Oh, there you go, then.
Yeah, so he's doing dual action voice acting and able to bust out his voice acting chops and do 2 different voices. There we are.
I don't know. I don't think Taz is a voice acting role. I think it's a noise you do for 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's...
I love Taz. What I don't love is Spaz. Rick, what do you think of the episode?
It was slightly below fine.
You can say things are bad, Rick. It's fine. It'll be a nice change of pace when both of us hate something.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I'm pretty sure I have seen and will see worse things this year. But
I think we've got a strong contender for Stinker of the Year.
Like, the concept had legs, but it wasn't that good of a first episode. Like, oh man.
Yeah, the concept had legs. What if we made Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles but with Looney Tunes characters?
Yeah. And why do you make your leader yellow?
Is that really your biggest complaint?
Like, it's the thing that stood out to me, Like, you've got, literally red right there, and you've made Roadrunner red instead of making him, I don't know, blue.
Okay,
like he is.
Roadrunner is clearly red because they want him to be the Flash.
Yeah, alright.
I think Ace is yellow because it makes him look a bit Batman-y. It doesn't work, but I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah, I get you. There is no blue one, actually, as well, so they could have used blue for anything.
Was there not a blue one? Coyote was green, Taz was purple. It's weird that you go to purple before blue.
Yeah, and Lexi's obviously pink because she's the only girl. Token girl. Her power is girl.
Hey now, the Supreme Leader's a girl.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah. No,
I wonder if this passed that test.
The Bechdel test.
I think it might have done technically, because I think there was words exchanged between those two characters that didn't involve... No, it involved men.
Yeah, it involved talking about the men because she was congratulating the men.
Yeah, no, never mind. Fuck it, doesn't even get that small little beam of recognition.
Yeah, fails the Bechdel test. Yeah, how about you? What do you think?
Oh, I didn't like this, but I knew I wasn't going to like this. What did I say before we picked this?
Yeah, that you remember it being shit, and yes, it has met every expectation, which was to be shit.
We could watch this if you like. I don't think we should. You know what? The biggest compliment I can give this is at least it's only 20 minutes.
Yeah, and at least they tried something new.
Oh. Rick, what's your favourite moment?
Oh, now that's a difficult one. I guess when Danger Duck came back and was like, yeah, see, I'm not useless. Oh, shit, you're trapped. And then spent like 5 minutes figuring out how to do things correctly while eventually they solved the problem themselves from within an ice block, showing exactly how shit he is while also being very relatable and lovable as a Daffy Duck XP.
Oh yeah, I totally get where you're coming from there. I think it's implied that his powers only work on him, making like him being able to poof out of places a bit. It's functionally limited, isn't it?
Yeah. But yes, how about you? Do you have a favourite moment at all?
Oh, my favourite moment, just because it reminded me of good times Looney Tunes bullshit, was the puddle that Wile turned into.
Yeah.
It was a very cute visual, and that's a Wile E. Coyote joke. Good job, guys.
Yeah, and he was good. He was good to go the next scene.
But I still don't know why he got turned into goo.
Yeah.
I think the implication that while he was hotwiring the robot, some feedback loop got him, I guess. But we can't only talk about the good, if you can call it that. We also have to talk about the bad. Rick, do you have a weakest link?
As much as I love Lola Bunny, I think the Lola Bunny Lola-like was incredibly weakly written. In particular, she was all over the place in her characterization. Lexi Bunny. You could have had like a cool role model girl character, but like they couldn't decide whether she was meant to be ditzy or competent or powerful or whatever.
When was she ditzy?
Oh, when Light Hope went Light Hope out, and she goes, when she says that, where do you think she goes?
No, but that's just a joke. That's not being ditzy.
Well, I give this show so little benefit of the doubt that I assumed that she was being serious in being a ditz.
I don't think so. I think it's more like, what the fuck are our commanders doing? Like,
fair enough.
It does seem that they don't know what any other team... I think it's implied this is the only powered team on the planet at the moment.
Yeah.
And it must be like, why is this fucking bitch telling us what to do? What is she doing? That's what it more came across to me. Like, I think she was making a joke about it to be lighthearted and keep morale up, but it's like, what is she actually doing? Is she helping?
Yeah.
Don't look at the man behind the curtain.
But yes, like none of them got like too much limelight apart from Tech and Ace today. So I guess it's she gets a little bit of a pass there, but oh well. How about you? What's your weakest link today?
Oh boy, where to start? The actual weakest link is, you've said it before, is you can do something like this. The weakest link is seeing the vision and knowing what it could have been, but they fumbled the ball so fucking hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think Looney Tunes is the wrong franchise to do this with.
Like, what else would we do this with? Like, would you do the Space Animaniacs? That'd probably work.
I wouldn't do a gritty reboot of anything like that. That's the core problem. It could have been its own thing with its own unique characters, and it would have been better.
Yeah, it didn't even have to be gritty for that.
No, it could have been it was 2005. It was the in thing.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, it's just you could have taken any of these characters and completely removed any of the parallels between them and Looney Tunes, and it wouldn't have suffered for it.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, they could have even been the same animals. Everything could have been the same. Everything could have been the same, just not call it Looney Tunes. Sorry, not allude to Looney Tunes. Like
I get you.
Ace Bunny. Okay, it's a rabbit, but you don't instantly think of Bugs.
Yeah, and didn't have to be in any way.
Yeah, Tech is nothing like Wile E. Coyote.
Oh yeah, and I think that actually kind of speaks to being a multifaceted character. Like, he's the most improved, as it were, in terms of having a bit of a heel face turn.
Like, the only character
between generations.
The only character that was a direct one-to-one, two of them direct one-to-ones, you'd have to change a little bit, was Taz was still just Taz, and Daffy Duck was still Daffy Duck.
Yeah, Daffy and Taz were pretty much Daffy and Taz, plus the prerequisite that they all have powers.
Yeah, change those two. Done. It would have been miles better.
Yeah.
I guess you'd have to change the way Ace talks, because the voice actor really does nail those little twangs that Bugs has.
Yeah, he nails the Bugs twangs without just being Bugs,
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's my weakest link, is like the core concept I don't think was ever going to work.
Sure.
Right, last but not least, we like to end on a high, don't we, Rick? Who gets your MVP today?
The one that was most interesting to me was Tech E. Coyote. He showed not only that he wasn't just Wile E. Coyote the villain, but was able to turn his expertise to the good side, and he was the one that won the day, to his own detriment.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it, that I like the idea of Wile E. Coyote being a tech expert, despite the fact in his cartoon he doesn't make the tech, he just uses it.
Yeah, and I think he said that like he's paid for things from Acme once, and Acme customer service keeps giving him other stuff as a replacement.
Well, that's meant to be the part of the plot with the Wile E. Coyote movie that will be released at some point, because some fuckers bought it. Where he's suing Acme.
Yeah, the movie that keeps getting a flip-flop of whether or not it's being cancelled.
It's cancelled if Warner Bros. owns it, but they've sold it to someone else. I hope it makes its money back and more.
Yeah, so I really hope it does well, and I'll be interested to see it. But yes, Tech E. Coyote is my MVP. How about you?
I don't know the chap's name, but I'm going to give my MVP to the VA for Ace Bunny, because it can't be easy being told, yeah, we want you to play Bugs Bunny, but don't just do Bugs Bunny, make it sound like Bugs Bunny, but not quite. But he really did nail it. Like, sometimes it was a bit strong, yeah, but nobody's perfect.
Yeah, Charlie Schlatter.
Yeah, like, he did a good job. Like, bear in mind, everybody on the main team, voice acting veterans, they all have a big old resume of work under them.
Yeah, he was also the Flash in the Lego things, so Lego Dimensions and Lego Batman.
Cool, I don't play those games. Yeah, the Lego games have fucking gone downhill significantly.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I really can't compliment the chap's voice work enough. Like, you gotta be honest with you, everything around this cartoon was competent enough. There's nothing wrong with the VAs, the animation's fine. The art direction is not to my taste, but it's not a bad thing. Just because you don't agree with an art direction doesn't make it terrible.
Sure. Looking at it, he's apparently almost all of the animated Flash, including like he's Wally West and Barry Allen.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
Rick's not currently listening. He's looking at Wikipedia again.
Not even Wikipedia. I'm looking at TV tropes.
Okay, fine, whatever. I have to. Sometimes Rick is very good at hiding when he's looking at websites. Other times, not so much.
Yeah, the screen is off. Don't worry.
He's not supposed to be doing it during podcasts. But yeah, that does it for today. Another one in our books for Space Month. We have got 2 more episodes left. 2 more space-filled goodnesses. They might be Star Wars next time. We don't know for 100% sure, but we're hoping.
We know one of them is going to be.
Yeah, true. One of them's going to be. One of them might not be. It depends on how we feel. But that's neither here nor there. Let us know in the comments section down below on YouTube or Spotify what you think of Loonatics. Do you think a gritty, grimy reboot of the beloved franchise Looney Tunes was a good idea? If so, I would actually be fascinated to hear your thoughts, because most of the world agrees that it's a piss poor idea.
Oh, yes. Yeah, tell us what you think would be a better choice. How they could have improved it. What other franchise would have been a better adaptation for something like this?
You can tell us that, but I'll just tell you you're wrong. Anyway, alternatively, if you've not got the comment section down below because you're listening via one of our other platforms, or just don't want your comment to be public because you're a weirdo, you can send us an email at
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Absolutely. Anything insightful, insightful, witty, or just plain fun, we'll read out on a future episode. But until then, we'll see y'all again next week.
Bye, everybody.